Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Good evening, good morning, and a good day to everybody. I'm again saying that this is a welcome to all of you. It's a global warm welcome. Let me tell you some of the countries that are joining us. Obviously, Malaysia, Brother Tahir Hussain is going to be talking to us today. But I also welcome USA and Canada. Pretty early for you guys, but thank you for being committed to your business. Zimbabwe, Kenya, India, Azerbaijan, Vietnam. Hey, it's amazing. The East and West is joining us today for the training. And today we are going to be with Brother Tahir Hussain. Mr. Tahir Hussain, the founder of the Unstoppable Millionaire Academy, an author, a speaker, an entrepreneur, life and wealth coach. Started his business at the age of 17. And hey, at the age of 21, he had his first $1 million business. So you're really listening to it from an expert. The execution, you see this slide in front of you. Goals are meaningless without actions. This is what wisdom says. Knowledge is not power. The execution of knowledge is where power lies. So I'll leave you with Brother Tahir Hussain. Please, brother, the floor is all yours.
Thank you so very much. It is an absolute delight and a pleasure to be here. I'm honestly extremely excited to be here. Fabulous crowd. I think we're covering 3 or 4 continents right now with the number of people flowing in. I'm extremely excited because 2 of my favorite topics, one being the real estate, and I'll touch base on that, and the other one being the obsession of creating success, the obsession of creating millionaires across the world through the platforms, in this case, VRDa1 to be exact. How does that happen? So I'm really excited, and please play all out with us. Please take notes. In fact, something I would extremely encourage all of you on this particular session would be to grab your pen and paper or your book and take some notes, because one of the reasons I was able to build a multi-million-dollar business in network marketing when I was 21 years old was because I started when I was in college, and I had the habit of taking notes. I would fill journals after journals, taking notes after notes, go home, revise, execute, and that led to the other thing, and eventually I was able to build a business so quick that even my mind couldn't comprehend. So I encourage all of you to take notes, because this session will be over in 30 minutes or so. But those notes and what you do with them after that are going to stay with you. So please do that. I think you do not need to worry about taking notes on what is on the PowerPoint, because you will see a recorded session at some point. What you want to take notes about is what I talk about in these points. So that would be important. And today's training is all about strategies on becoming an unstoppable millionaire. That's what we're going to discuss today. How could literally anyone become an unstoppable millionaire? And a very important part of that is the execution. That's right. And that's what I'm asking you to do, because taking notes means you're doing something more than just listening to me. And I know in some countries we have internet challenges. Otherwise, I would have absolutely loved to be on a video call so you could see the passion with which I'm talking to you right now, because I am excited for our future. Okay, so with that said, let's kick it off. The execution. What is the execution? The literal meaning of the execution is to kill. That's what it means. To execute, to complete, it's done. That's what it means. It doesn't mean I have just got started. That is not called the execution. Execution means I just completed, I just finished, it's done, finished. Next. Are you with me? That's what we're going to discuss today. Okay, so again, some of you are excited. Some of you may not be even in the business, because this is an open session, I think so. And some of you are in the business, but just sitting on the sidelines, waiting for the right website, the right documentation, the right whatever that is. That's not execution, by the way. Okay, so let's talk about execution. Any action is better than no action. Think about that. Think about someone saying, I don't think I like the website. I don't think I see the right building. I don't think, if only I wish. That is no action. By the way, can you justify that? Can someone justify saying, because I don't have that, hence I cannot do that? Sure. But how does that help you to go from where you are to where you want to be? It doesn't. See, one of my successes getting into the network marketing industry was execution. Oh, I need to call 2 people. Great. Mom and dad. Now, keep in mind, I didn't know any better at that time, but that was action. Mom and dad are not interested. Let me call my neighbor, my cousins, whatever. Any action is better than no action. When I got into my real estate business, guess what I did? I was walking in the middle of a desert showing people something that was under construction, because any action is better than no action. That's why. I didn't say, let me become a professional in the real estate. I know some of you are trying to become a professional in Dubai real estate. You don't have to. That's why we have the REIT. Their job is to be the professionals, and your job is to execute the sales and marketing side, because that's where you're going to make active and passive income. So always remember, any action is better than no action. Can it be wrong? I hope so. I hope your first action is wrong, because that will allow you to learn. Failures will teach you more in life than successes. Write this down. Now, I'm not saying intentionally look for failures. No, I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that failures will teach you more in life. So once again, what action did you take today? How many people did you send the invite? How many people actually showed up? Are you yourself there? Is your upline, is your team leader, is your team already here? What was that action for today? Small action that can be measured. Number 2, do not study in theory, or do not just study in theory. Let me master the PowerPoint. Let me become the best speaker. Let me become the best presenter. Let me become the best closer. And then I will show people how amazing I am. No, that's not how this industry works. Maybe in corporate, but not here. Do not just study in theory. A theoretical study is important, but a theoretical study means you executed nothing. I do not remember we having a compensation plan that says, oh, Tahir, you understood our compensation plan. Here is another extra $1,000. I didn't see that in our compensation plan. That is why theory will not be enough. I understand if you come from the corporate industry. I understand if you are an employee in a corporate where you need to know certain things and to execute them and get paid. But in network marketing, in VRDa1, that is not enough. In fact, most of you who might be already making money may not even understand every single thing about the plan, every single thing about the company or the structure, because you don't get paid on that. But don't get me wrong, I'm not saying be ignorant. No, by no means I want you to be ignorant. I want you to study. But don't use studying as an excuse for not executing. Okay, that's important. Point number three, leverage. See, leverage is one of the most magical words I learned in my life when I started my career in the network marketing business. One word that changed my life. Because when I was 17 and someone invited me to a presentation in a room in the network marketing business back in Dubai, guess what I learned? I learned leverage because 17 years of my life, the first 17 years of my life, no one taught me what leverage meant when it comes to making an income. I've used that in network marketing. I've used that in traditional businesses, in real estate businesses, in investments, literally across every single business platform till today. That's how powerful that word is. Leverage on the best in your team. See, we do not work in an environment where you need to know everything, correct? So why would you want to be the best in everything? Now, don't get me wrong, there's nothing wrong with that. In fact, let me quote you something from 3 years ago. So 3 years ago, I was in a room with 15,000 people, and one of the guest speakers was Sir Richard Branson, the owner of Virgin Group. And he said, entrepreneurs are mostly lazy people who leverage on the expertise of others around them. That took me by shock. I couldn't believe my ears. Like, what do you mean we're lazy people, right? So, and then he had a point. His point was there's never going to be a time where you're going to become perfect in everything. And with VRDa1, you don't have to be. If from today's session you took one key point, that key point is the word leverage. Leverage on the best in your team, the best presenters, the best speakers, the best languages they speak in, the best closers, and create an environment of a win-win situation. That's the beauty of our industry. And once you learn how to do that, and there's a huge science around that, guess what's going to happen? You're going to get richer, regardless of how skilled you are. Do that one thing you're good at and become so good at it, no one else can do better than that in your team. That is leverage. And then use the people in your team because everyone gets paid, right? That's why our compensations plans are designed to make sure that people get paid. That's why the payout is based on the leveraged income of your team and not just your personal sales. Very powerful message for all of you today. Now, look at your day-to-day activities with VRDa1. How much of that can you leverage on others who are better than you? And what are you good in doing that others in your team can leverage on you that they are not leveraging on? Why not? That is important. These amazing sessions we do every week, Mr. Hussain, Mr. Vikas, Mr. Mehfooz, all of them, the vibes, what is all this? This is your opportunity to leverage on the best minds in the company to enhance your business, to enhance your team. That's what it is. So how much of that leverage are you using to your advantage? Let me give you one more example of leverage. I can walk 10 kilometers. I can drive a car 10 kilometers. Which leverage would be better? driving a car. It's going to be quicker, convenient, faster, easier. Yet most of us in VRDa1 do not do that. Most of us in VRDa1 love to walk and walk and walk, and we're tired after 2 kilometers. And then we look around and say, how come those guys achieved that rank that quickly? Leverage, that's the answer. That's why they did it. Not because they're geniuses and the others are not, but because they figured out how to leverage on their team. Do not be the know-it-all guy. You don't have to be. And I can promise you one thing. If you are the know-it-all guy, and that's what you want to be, network marketing will be a very painful industry for you. I'm not kidding. I really mean that. Because when I started, I didn't know any better. 23 years ago, when I started, I didn't know any better. I wanted to be the know-it-all guy because that's what I was taught in school. Be the best in everything. No, that's wrong. That doesn't work with VRDa1. You don't have to be the best in everything. Elevate your game, elevate your skills, but you don't have to be the best. So you might be shocked saying, oh my God, the Unstoppable Millionaire is telling me that I don't need to know everything. No, you don't have to. That is a myth. But again, I'm not also saying that you should be ignorant about everything. We do have a knowledge center in your back office. I would invite all of you to take out some time and have a look at it. It's important. So that's the first thing about execution. Next, real dreams are the ones where you dream with your eyes open. Every decision, no matter how small you make, shapes your dreams. I don't remember who said this, but how you do anything is how you do everything. How you do anything is how you do everything. If you don't hold yourself accountable to the small decisions you make, the big decisions will never happen. The big dreams will not happen. In Malaysia and pretty much in a lot of the world, we were in a lockdown. The opportunity was around. The opportunity is still there with VRDa1. Most of us were focused on what? What small decisions were you making? And now things are opening up, businesses are opening up. What were you focused on thinking at that time? Because in every moment, you're making a decision. Picking up a phone call and sharing the excitement with 10 other people is a decision. Not picking up a phone call and saying, nah, it's okay, it's COVID-19, people are panicked, people don't have money, people want people. That is a decision that you made. Every decision counts. Don't think that it has to be that one big decision. Oh, finally, I decided to be a V1 club member. Thank God, my life is set. No, it's not. That's not enough if you want to build the network marketing business. Because it's those small decisions. Have you ever seen someone in our industry, outside our industry, so successful? And you look at them and you're like, wow, how do they do it? They must be like born with it. Magic Johnson in basketballs, or some of the best cricket players, or David Beckham in football. You would look at them and you would say, wow, so easy for them. What legends they are. But have you ever thought what made them the legends that you say they are? Were those small decisions, just like you and me have those opportunities where we can give up. You look at a millionaire, you look at multimillionaires, and you're like, wow, I wish I had that much. I wish. Why? Why don't you wish you could peep into their life and see the small decisions they make? Because every decision you make or don't make counts towards your life. And that's important. So you want to dream? ask yourself this question: is it real? A lot of us are infatuated with our dreams. We're like, I wish I was a millionaire. Oh, I wish I can make it big. That's not enough. Are you serious about it? And you know how I know, or how you should know you are serious, is by executing the small decisions you make. How easily would you give up, or how quickly you will keep going? A small decision you chose to make, because those decisions will lead to making bigger decisions. With me, yeah? So that's point number two. Real dreams are the one where you dream with your eyes open. Some of you would be probably live now or watching this on a YouTube channel, would be wowed by the content. Some of you might criticize the content. Regardless, the point is, what are you doing with the knowledge being provided to you right now? How is this knowledge impacting or not impacting the decisions you make? That is a choice. Being today, sacrificing whatever you had to sacrifice, waking up early morning, and that's for Canada and US, right? Why? That was a decision you made. So congratulations for making that decision, on being here today. But it is not enough. Okay, so that's extremely important. Now, point number three, the tremendous power of goal setting. When I came into the business of network marketing for the first time, I was told about goal setting. And I was like, what? Goal setting? I don't know. I don't know who sets goals. And this is what I found out about goals. Millionaires always have their goals achieved. Always have their goals achieved. Now, mind you, I didn't say that they always succeed. I said they always have their goals achieved, meaning they can fail as many times as you can imagine and still keep going. That is what differentiates a millionaire with an ordinary person. They don't give up, they just don't know how to give up. So that's number one. You want to be a millionaire? That's what this training is all about. You can use information from this in VRDa1. If you have your personal businesses, in your businesses, if you're working in a company, in that company, and these skills still work. That's how powerful this is. It's how you manage your smaller goals will help you determine your bigger goals. I want to be a millionaire. Great. Let's break it down. When? 24 months, 2 years, 5 years, 10 years, whenever is not a goal. And then you walk backwards. Let's break it down. And that breaking down comes to what I call smaller goals. What is that small goal? You know what a small goal is? How much should be your income from VRDa1 this week? I know most of us don't think weekly. The Western countries do. The Asian countries don't. I encourage you to think on weekly. Add those weeks and think monthly. Add those months and think quarterly. Add those quarters and think yearly. That's how you want to think. You can't achieve a big goal if the small goals don't work. It's insane, and we know this. We know it's insane. I'm sitting in Malaysia. I want to go to Dubai. It's a 7.5 hour flight. I'm like, I'm motivated. I'm excited. I'm going to walk to Dubai. All of you would laugh at me. You would be like, come on, that just doesn't work. The reason is because the goal that I'm setting is completely absurd to the destination where I want to get. Completely off. It's like cricket. Some of you understand cricket. A slight angle change on a ball while you're batting changes the direction of the ball completely. And you know what that slight angle is? Smaller goals. If someone tells me I want to become a millionaire in 24 months, and I look at their activities, their small goals, their weekly goals, and they keep missing their weekly goals, I know for a fact they're not going to become a millionaire in 24 months. That's a no-brainer. See, now do you realize why that $100 or $500 or $1,000, whatever that small goal is, it may not sound wow. Maybe your team members would be like, yeah, whatever, that's nothing big to talk about. But do you realize those small goals consistently repeated over a period of time turn into bigger goals? Yes, that's true. Now, some motivation for those of you who have never done network marketing before. I didn't do network marketing before 23 years ago. So guess what my first paycheck was? My first paycheck was less than $2. And I'm not kidding. Less than $2, and 3 years later, I'd built a multi-million dollar business doing that. I got so good at making less than $2 in a month, so good in a week, so good in a day, so good in an hour, so good in few minutes. Do you see the power of small goals now? See, that's the power of small goals. Never underestimate a small goal. Stick to it and execute it with no excuses. You do that consistently long enough, your bigger goals will become a living reality. I can promise you that. And as I said, understanding how you do anything is how you do everything. That's right. The discipline of learning how you do what you do will determine how far you're going to get. The word is discipline. The word is not magic. Discipline is the word. All right. So that's the power of goal setting. Now, some of you are watching this. If you're wondering what is goal setting, oh boy, you need to be on one of those training sessions where we talk about goal setting and then what should be your goals, especially your financial goals. If that's the reason why you're in VRDa1, what should be those? You need to have those goals. So we won't get into that. That's just some of the basics I've skipped on the strategies on becoming an unstoppable millionaire. Okay, so that's important. Next, staying focused on your goals. Number one, set meaningful goals. Let me explain you what this means. If you're in VRDa1 for making money, set money goals. I want to help other people. Great. What about helping yourself? I want to see the world a better place, everyone happy. Great. How happy are you? How better are you? You see, you cannot impact anyone without impacting yourself. So when you set your goals, make them meaningful. I have a dream house I want to get where my family could stay. Great. Where is that house? In my head. Oh my God, that's not a meaningful goal. Go figure out, go look where that house is. What is the price tag? Write it down. Your brain will tell you you are stupid. Your brain will say, who are you kidding? Your brain will say, come on, you will stay in that home. That's what the brain does. Don't let brain deceive you. Set that down if that's your goal. If you want a car, set that down. Put it down. See, if you are struggling running your kitchen, how could you help others who don't have food if that's what your goal is? So what I'm encouraging you to do, while your intention might be noble, it is not enough. Noble intentions is not enough. Good place to be at, good place to start from, but that means nothing if you don't execute that intention. Make your goals meaningful. Now, when you've made those goals meaningful, set daily targets for your goals. So some of you would be like, what kind of daily targets? If you've set a goal of making $1,000 as an example, part-time or full-time income, for some of you in certain countries, this would be a full-time income. For some of you, for some of you, this could be a part-time income. Either way, break it down. How many people are you calling? That's what it breaks down to, isn't it? How many people are you inviting? It's not like on a weekend, I'm going to call 100 people. It doesn't work. I'll give you an example. The example is the law of universe. When the sun comes out, it comes out every day, right? And sunsets are every day. It doesn't come out for 2 weeks in a row and then 2 weeks of darkness. Consistency. Same goes to your invitation and your calling. The consistency with which you do small things. Let's say you're like, I'm going to be inviting 10 people a day. Do it. 5 days a week. Do it. 4 weeks a month. Do it. No excuses. That's a goal. That's a daily target, a small target that you can break down and say, that's doable. But then the challenge is not putting that down. The challenge is executing. Now, if you knew how my life was, if you knew how hard my job was, so what? So what? See, that is the defining factor between you and the millionaire. That factor, that excuse. I was once listening live to a lady in the network marketing industry who's made a couple of $1 million, who has lost a husband and a child, and this is what she said. She said, all excuses are equal. Write this down. All excuses are equal. Once you set your target of achieving that goal, get it done. Stay focused on it, regardless of how difficult things will get. And mind you, things will get difficult. Just when you think everything is going to be all right, things will get difficult. That moment of things getting difficult and you consistently focused and executing that daily target is called the defining factor. That's where you build your muscle, your financial muscle. See, I didn't realize this in network marketing. When I showed my first paycheck, people laughed at me. I was excited because I was first time being introduced to a system that actually works and gives me money. I was excited. People laughed at me. People said, oh my God, this guy who wants to be an engineer is doing this so he could make less than $2 in a month. Wow. I was excited. Why? So what will keep you focused on your goal and why will you execute your daily target? Because the difference between execution of your daily goal, no compromises, versus doing it or versus not doing it is the defining factor. What made me a millionaire in the real estate industry was the fact that I would walk for kilometers showing my brokers and clients properties at 40 degrees and 50 degrees Celsius, regardless, when everyone else would be just chilling inside the air conditioning. Because that was my daily target. Non-negotiable. See, do not negotiate with yourself. Once you set your daily goal, do it. Okay. And the last point about staying focused is, who are you accountable to? I've written a book called The Unstoppable Millionaire. A couple of thousand copies, 61 countries where they've been sold, thousands of people. People read that book and say, I read the whole book, I didn't become a millionaire, right? And one of the reasons why most people don't become is because knowledge is not what's going to make you the millions. Execution of what you read would. Same goes to this training. In your daily execution, in your daily targets, who are you answerable to? If you have an upline who cares about you, you're like, oh my God, how the heck my upline can talk to me like that so that you succeed? That's why they talk to you like that. How can they push me? I don't want to be pushed. Now, it's nothing to do with you being pushed. It's everything to do with you not being accountable. See, no one is going to tell you what your goals are. You need to decide what your goals are. Your uplines, your team members, directors of this company will work with you hand in hand to execute, to make sure you're accountable to yourself. So who are you accountable to? If you do not have an accountability partner, guess what is the danger side about it? You will give up. You're like, thank God no one knew about that goal of me calling 10 people a day. Who knows if I did or didn't? Who cares? You care. The people you love the most care because you're providing for them. That is why you need to stay focused. And an integral part of that is having an accountability partner. Executing your goals. The easiest thing about goals is giving up. I just told you that. Easy, give up. Who's watching? That's okay, I'll do it tomorrow. That's okay, there's a long weekend. I'll have more time. All those excuses I tell you. Giving up is not an option. Millionaires don't give up. When you say giving up is not an option, when you say that failing is okay, but I won't give up, working hard is okay, but I won't be complacent, you just won. You just won. There's nothing stopping you then. But that's a habit which requires a discipline with an accountability partner. And guess what? Your accountability partner is not your friend. Your accountability partner is going to tell you things you're supposed to do that you're not doing. Think of going to a gym and having a coach, and you want 6 packs. You think that guy's going to be nice to you? Absolutely no. Now, it's going to hurt. That's how it's going to happen. That's your accountability partner for you. That's the kind of accountability partner you want. You want. Either you achieve your goals or you die achieving them. See, this is something I learned 20 years ago. I'm like, wow, these crazy millionaires. Now, I wasn't a millionaire at that time. I was making a couple of $1,000 and I thought that was amazing at that time. And I'm like, these guys are crazy. When they set their goals, they say that they're going to die achieving that goal because that's how personal, that's how serious it is. Because most of us die chasing our dreams. Most of us die being complacent. Most of us die struggling every month. Most of us die having a dream that our family never lived. So I encourage you to die achieving your goals. By dying, I don't mean go and kill yourself. Okay, for those of you for whom English language is not your first language. So by dying, I mean is give every single grain of your molecule, of your energy to the cause, to your goals, to your execution, to the activity you take in the moment. Don't do it half-heartedly. That's what I mean. Like in English, we say to die for. That's what I mean. That's how you set your goals. And focus on one goal at a time, 1 day at a time, 1 week at a week, 1 month in a month. That's how you focus on one thing at a time. Don't cluster your mind with multiple things and get nothing done. Okay? So I hope you're taking some notes there. By the way, I encourage you to ask questions. We'll take your questions at the end of this session that you might want to know about. And the last slide, time versus money. How much time you spend to make how much money? Ask yourself this question. Here's a tip, write this down. An average millionaire, meaning a person who made $1 million in 1 year, he spends $500 an hour. That's how much he makes on average in an hour. Good motivation, right? How much time you spend to make how much money? The key is how less a time you can spend for making how much money. That is why we have the V1 Club membership. For the first 300 people, it's gone. Why is it still open? Shouldn't we have sold it and done, and we would have told the directors of this company, done, 1 week, sorry, no one else can take this because we're done. Why? Because that is passive income for you. Not just the property points, but 2% stake in the company's revenues. Are you kidding me? Unbelievable. That is money against zero time. Isn't that what property points is all about? Isn't it amazing that 30% of your commission goes back into buying those property points, which is an asset, by the way, which is an asset that gives you a dividend every year? How much time does that take? Zero of your time. So how little time can you spend to make how much money? Wouldn't that be amazing to have as a product when you talk to others? I talk to a lot of network marketers. I know how hard they work to make the money they work to make the money they make. What if their money worked hard for them? That is our product. Our product buys you time to do whatever else you want to do with that time and enjoy a passive income. And that's on the product, right? You could do the same. How big an organization do you want to build? What value system have you built in your organization so that when you go on vacation, your organization is still executing? That is financial freedom. How much time you would spend to make how much money. If you're new to VRDa1, if you're thinking of getting into VRDa1, I will be honest, it's going to take a lot of time initially because you're starting with zero, just like any other business. But with time, that changes. And the quicker that changes, the more money you make and the lesser time it takes. I'll repeat that. The quicker your business grows, the more money you make and the lesser time it takes. That's true success. That's true passive income. That's where we want to go with this. Wasted time that doesn't make you money compounded over years equals a fortune. Some of you would be in your early 20s. You're like, I just came out of university. That's okay. I have all the time. Some of you are in your 30s and 40s. Those of you who are in your 40s, you're like, where did my life go? I don't know where did it go. The ones in your 20s, go and interview the ones in their 40s. They will tell you. I'm not saying all of you wasted your time, but if you didn't arrive at a destination that you should be in your life today, that's what happened. One of the things that happened. All those times that didn't turn into money. Compound that time, guess what you get? You get a lifetime of fortune not made. I wish what I'm teaching, I wish what I learned when I was 21, 22 years old was taught to me in primary school. I wish. So I could have saved some time. There you go. Next, where is your calendar? What is your calendar filled with? Look, if you don't have a calendar, especially all smartphones now have calendars, guess what? Poof, you're doomed. I'll be honest, you don't become millionaire accidentally. Sure, you can win a lottery maybe, but that's not what we're discussing here. So what is your calendar filled with? I can open my calendar and show you. So that's one of the things I do when I do a millionaire workshop. Show me your calendar. I'll show you your income. Because if your calendar doesn't have income producing activities in it, I'll give you an example. I'm supposed to call 10 people, but I could only talk to 3 people. Oh, I think because in the middle of that, since we're in COVID-19, I was scrolling through my Facebook and there was something very exciting on my television on Netflix. So I had to watch that, time gone. So for those who don't have a calendar, please get a calendar from today. Start putting all your activities over there, all your appointments. Who did you call? How many did you call? In your calendar, what is it filled with? Because hold your time accountable, not just your money. Which is more important, time or money? We always say that time is priceless, right? So hold that priceless time accountable by using a calendar and fill that calendar with income producing activities. That's it. That's the session for today. And I think I overshot my time, which I did. I apologize for that. And please ask any questions, and I'll pass it back to Brother Hussain.
Brother Tahir, thank you very much. I thank you for overshooting your time. You know, I mean, that was fabulous. There's a lot to be learned from whatever you've just shared with us. And we keep on saying and conveying to the teams that training, 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 it is all about that. But obviously there is something that completes this formula, which is executed. Get it done. This is what Brother Tahir was referring to. Go to next. Don't get stuck in now, right? Go to next. Don't waste the time. The power of goals, smaller goals, weekly, monthly, quarterly, annually, and then moving on to bigger goals. Then talking about discipline, smart and meaningful goals, best dreams, you know, with open eyes. That's the results. That's where you would see the results. And one thing that I've learned from, and thank you for mentioning it, is accountability. Who are you accountable and answerable to? In one of the videos we have put, and in one of the videos that I've seen, it's you're answerable even to your own family, to your kids maybe 10 years from now. Hey, Dad, Mom, where are we? What are we going to be doing? You know, and that's what the power of accountability is. So one of the things that we wanted to also put as a part of a differentiator for this training is a Q&A. So if you have any questions, please put it in the panel of the questions. And till the questions come out, I really want to once more, in fact, I've been asked by the board to do so, right? I wanted to thank people from the UAE, from KSA, from Oman, from USA and Canada, from Malaysia, Kenya, Zimbabwe, Tashkent, Vietnam, Azerbaijan, India, Germany. We will not forget Germany, right? So a big hello to all of you and to many other countries that are joining us every day. Glad to see all of you committed to your business and to your dreams. And I really wish you all the best. Brother Tahir, any other things that you want to share with us until we see some questions?
Yes, absolutely. For some of you, I might be too quick, maybe, or maybe not. So if you missed out on taking certain points, I'm pretty sure a session of this would be available. So please do watch these videos. Please do not try and explain it in your words. Let the tools do the talking. So once these videos are out on VRDa1's official YouTube channel, please direct your people, work smart with your time, and then hold them accountable to what they have learned. So please, by all means, make these videos a must within your network. For some of them who are still wondering what value would VRDa1 bring in terms of their personal growth, direct them to videos like this so they can see what more these sessions can bring, because VRDa1 is not just about getting you money and building you an asset, but it's bigger than that. It's making you this absolutely phenomenal human being to the best of your capability, and that's at the core of what VRDa1 is all about. So that's something I would like to share with everyone.
Great, great. Appreciate that. In fact, we have a question from one of our leaders saying, do you have a recommended scheduler template we can use, you know, for setting goals and etc.? Would you recommend anything?
So what I would recommend would be something of, first, before you have a calendar for setting your goals. One of the easiest things that anyone can do right now on their smartphones is to just use the calendar of their smartphone to start with, number one. Number two, once you've done that, you will find that we will be coming out with a kind of a kit that will allow you to put your financial goals in that. But the only danger about that kit is because there are so many boxes and columns, when a layman looks at it, it kind of scares them and they're like, oh my God, I need to fill out, that's a lot of boxes to fill out. So I'd take a notch down, one notch down, and I would say that Everyone has a smartphone, right? Pick up your calendar. What should have you done today on a Wednesday? How many people should you have called today? How many did you? 31st of July. What should have your income been from VRDa1? Put it down there. If it was $1,000, calculate. Did you make $1,000? So just a simple calendar which is on everyone's smartphone. Talk to 6 people a day. Put it there every Sunday. So that's if you're talking to 6 people a day for 5 days, that's 30 people. On a Sunday, when the week finishes, go back and check the accountability of your week and say, did I talk to 60 people or did I not? So these are simple things that our current calendar will be able to do for us before we get you any fancy ones, and we will, but not today. So start with something that everyone has on their phone right now.
Fantastic, thank you. Another question that's coming to us and saying some of us are first timers to this industry. What would be the first steps that you recommend to begin with?
Very good question. And for the first timers, congratulations. It takes a lot to be a part of a direct sales or a network marketing industry, to be with VRDa1. And I'll tell you why it takes a lot. Because as much as I would want to motivate you, I would want you to understand that when you start a network marketing business, the industry tells you mostly that, oh, things are going to be awesome. But what most of us don't tell is that before they get awesome, they're going to get tedious. Okay, so with that psychology in mind, that it's going to take some effort. If you're going to make $10,000 a week with $450 or $1,000 or $1,005 that you got property points for, it's going to be tedious, right? So the number one thing I would encourage you not to do in your first 90 days is do not give up. I know those of you who are new, you're like, what are you talking about? We are excited. We're going to rock this. Who is giving up? Well, we'll talk again in 60 days because that's what's going to happen. So don't give up. And once you haven't given up, always remember what got you excited in the first place. 90 days from now, 6 months from now, 12 months from now, what was that feeling on day one when you said, yes, VRDa1 is for me? Keep that excitement going. So that's where it starts psychologically. In terms of skills, this is what you want to do. Build your list. Build a list. Make a contact list. And I don't want to get into the training of it, but build a list. Everyone needs an asset. Everyone needs an asset. Why? Think of someone. Think if they have a roof on their head, and that should answer that question. Everyone needs an asset, and that's why. So that's what you want to do, just to get things started psychologically and from a skills point of view.
Fabulous. Another question that I'm sure a lot of people will be asking. So what is the right time to take an action? Take an action for my dreams, goals, but also take an action for VRDa1. What is the right time?
The right time to take action with VRDa1 was 2 weeks ago or 10 days ago when they launched the V1 Club. See, every day matters, guys. If you took inventory of your time and the time that you missed out on not achieving where you want to be, again, if you're already where you want to be, then it's a whole different debate. But if you want to be where you should be and you're already in VRDa1, take inventory of your time. You should be asking yourself, oh, wow, V1 Club, I think, started last week on a Monday. I can't remember, or the week before that. What have I done since then? Because it's only limited to 300 people, and then the doors are closed forever. VRDa1 is not going to offer this after the first 300 people are in. Why have I not either got in it, or the ones who have got in it, why haven't I gone and spoken to enough people? You know, I was talking to people who are dear friends and brothers, and I told them, look, I care and I love you. Have a look at V1. That's it. Just from a point of care and love, because the value is so tremendous. So that's what you should have been doing. And now with that time can't come back. We know that. What are you going to do about it today?
So why is now? That's my question, and I'm why VRDa1? Why should the people who have joined us today and they're listening to this fabulous direction and recommendations, why VRDa1?
I wanted to talk about my personal story, and I realized we didn't have enough time. But that, since you bring up that question, I started
Yes.
working at the age of 17. My first biggest breakthrough in life was in network marketing. And I didn't become a millionaire, but I was building $1 million business, which took good care of me. And when I was 27, I became a millionaire in the real estate industry in 10 years. This is what I can tell you. If I had real estate, which is REIT in VRDa1's case, and network marketing given to me back then, instead of taking 10 years to become a millionaire, I probably would have done it in half the time. That is, I'm using my real life story to make you understand the power of what happens when you combine REIT with direct sales or network marketing. VRDa1 offers you a combination today like no other on the planet. And I know some companies in the world will tell you the same with whatever their product is, but honestly, think about it. How many buildings do you see around you, no matter which country, which part of the world you are in, or houses? It doesn't even have to be buildings. And that's 7 billion people. That's what VRDa1 offers you today, real estate. You combine that with the direct sales industry, which is almost $200 billion per annum. Whew. Oh my God, that becomes a no-brainer then why it should be VRDa1. And all of you listening right now are the first pioneers. You won't be the last ones, but you definitely are the first. What would you do about being the first in the country you are in? How big a share of that country or that region you would want to capture? That depends on you. As the clock keeps ticking, the right for you to build that country exclusively probably will be gone. You have that right now. That's why VRDa1.
Fantastic. Brother Tahir, thank you so much. I really enjoyed it, and I'm sure our attendees from the world really enjoyed what you said. And again, let me recommend you all to visit the website of Brother Tahir, basically the Unstoppable Millionaire Academy.com. And obviously his books that have been really in the hands of thousands and thousands of people around the world. I also wanted to remind you that Saturday, 5 p.m., we'll be having our Vibe Session 3. Accelerate your business, your chance and your team to interact with the VRDa1 board members. And you would see new surprises, as we always promise you, new progresses, and definitely a lot more in the coming Vibes. So please join us at 5 p.m. The posters are going to come out. So wait for the posters to come out, and invite your teams. Make sure you are the right upline that the team and your associates are going to pick, because they have a choice to pick an upline. And based on that, the teams really grow and accelerate. Again, thank you so much to the world, to everybody who was committed to joining us today and making some time. Please stay safe, stay away from this extraordinary situation and circumstances of COVID-19, but make the best out of it, because there's a lot of opportunity around it, and VRDa1 is the platform. Thank you so much, and have a great evening. Have a great day. Bye-bye.